There is an old saying attributed to Otto von Bismarck that to retain respect for sausages and laws, one must not watch them in the making. When we make sausages or laws, we generally want the outcome, but we don't want to see how they're made. Hi, I'm Jeff Roy, State Representative, and I'm joined here today by Senator Karen Spilka and Senator Richard Ross, your legislative team here in Franklin. Today, your legislators are not here to make laws or sausage, but to cook some things that will actually be fun to watch. We are joined by Trisha Perez Kennealy, the owner of Artistry Kitchen in Franklin, and she's going to guide us through the process of making meals from some of the items that can be obtained from the Franklin Food Pantry. The Franklin Food Pantry serves nearly 600 families annually, including 1,600 individuals. More than a third of them are children. And about 75 clients shop at the food pantry weekly and 270 visit monthly. And typical clients include working families trying to make ends meet, people experiencing a temporary job loss, individuals whose SNAP food stamp benefits are reduced, and seniors. A growing number of those seniors are seeking help from the pantry since most are on a fixed income and are impacted by such things as medication costs and higher fuel expenses. We thought we'd take this chance to highlight the work of the pantry and at the same time show some of the healthy options that are available when preparing food from the pantry. Later in the show, we'll talk more about the work done at the pantry and how you can help in this effort to provide food security in our community. I'd like to turn it over to Senator Spilka.
Thank you very much, Representative Roy, and I want to thank Trish for coming out and showing us how to cook these lovely meals and all of these great things that are available at the food pantry so that people can come after they watch these shows and actually pick up these items and make them at home. These are easy ways to provide nutritious, fun, and delicious meals for families. We'd be surprised how so many people across our Commonwealth rely on food pantries. There are many seniors that are struggling to decide whether or not they use their money for prescriptions or for their home or for food. So this really helps out lots of seniors, not only in Franklin but across the state. But it helps a lot of struggling families and some that are need the help a little bit longer than others. But food pantries provide a tremendous source of assistance to families and to help make sure that our families eat nutritious, healthy meals that are beautiful, fun to eat, and provide the self-sufficiency for our families. And I'd like to thank Erin Lynch at the Franklin Food Pantry for all that they do and to make sure that people are aware. Not only is there the need for good food, but for donations, for assistance. People can volunteer at the food pantry. These are things that anybody in Franklin can help out with. So thanks again for organizing this, and it's great.
Right. Senator Ross.
Thank you very much, Representative Roy. I really am appreciative of the fact that the Franklin TV has been open to us coming here to educate them about some of the options they have here in town. Trish, I've had a good time learning about your restaurant here and the other one that you have up north of here. And Karen, it's good to have you join us here today as well. To give families the tools that they need to feed their families and to do it well and nutritiously, I think is one of the most important things we can help people to realize they have right here at their fingertips in Franklin. The food pantry serves innumerable people in the course of a year and certainly makes their lives better. And as legislators, I know that's something we're constantly hearing about in the State House, is about how we might be able to help enhance the lives of the less fortunate than ours. So I think it's important that we continue to do this important work, and I thank you for all joining together with us. This is a fun way to do it. I'll tell you, we're having a good time here today.
Good.
No, that's great.
Yep.
So today we're going to talk about eggs.
Eggs.
Eggs. You ready to make some eggs? Good eggs. Good eggs.
I can cook an egg.
You can cook an egg?
I can cook an egg.
Okay, that's good. All right, so do you want to start by cracking 3 eggs?
Packing? What do you mean
Cracking.
Oh, cracking. I was
You
going to say,
cracking some
I'm
eggs?
packing eggs?
There you go.
Yeah, I can crack eggs.
So one of the
Absolutely.
things about eggs is that they're not just for breakfast anymore. It's
Is it
actually,
okay if I broke the yolk?
yes, that's totally fine. The yolk's on you.
Oh.
Wow.
That was really bad.
And she's not yoking.
Oh, it got.
I hadn't heard those before.
God.
So what I'm
Our
doing,
ratings are going down.
they're going down.
Yeah.
They're plummeting.
Yeah.
So
Can I
what we're
crack
trying to
one
do is.
3?
3 is
Oh,
perfect.
thank you.
So what we're
Good job.
doing is we're using some of the staple products that are available through the food pantry. And one of the products that we got from the Boston Food Pantry Boston Food Bank, I'm losing my train of thought there, the Boston Food Bank actually does a great job at providing packages of ground meat to a lot of the food pantries throughout the state. So what I'm using here today is some ground sausage, and I'm browning it.
From Beacon Hill?
That's Beacon Hill sausage.
There you go, the
Yes,
Beacon Hill
yes,
sausage.
Yes, that's what Jeff was referring to.
So the other thing that I did before we went on the air is I actually put some hard-boiled eggs up to boil, because hard-boiled eggs, I use them as a go-to breakfast for my kids. It's something that I can make the night before. I can have them in a refrigerator, so if I'm looking for a quick snack, it's something that I can have. And surprisingly, a lot of people don't know how to make a hard-boiled egg. The best thing to do is to take the eggs, put them in a pan of cold water, bring the water to a boil, cover it, turn off the heat, let it sit for 12 to 15 minutes.
Because I usually let it boil for about 5 minutes and then take it out.
Yep.
So I'll try it that way next
Wow.
time.
So the long, I mean,
didn't know there was
you
a
can't
method
really
to it.
overcook an egg. The only thing that'll happen is that you'll
Well,
get the
You
oxidation.
can if you cook out all the water.
Yes, that would be a problem. That would be a problem.
It smells. It's not pretty.
Is he
No.
going to beat those
I
eggs?
sometimes do that. I hard boil egg and then I go sit at my desk to do
There
work.
you go. Would you like to
I'd love to,
go?
man.
There you go.
That's my favorite part.
So what I'm doing is I'm browning the sausage, and sausage tends to have, any of the ground meats tend to have a higher fat content, so you need very little oil. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some peppers. We've cut up some red peppers and some green Cubanelle peppers, and I'm going to add that in. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to build a meal that's substantive enough to be used for dinner.
Do we put any milk in this or anything?
No,
Just
you
as
can.
that.
You can do it just like that.
Do we have any fresh dairy cream?
No, there you go. So what I'm doing here is, as you can see, I'm just breaking up the meat and I'm letting the pepper soften. But the beautiful thing about this is if you wanted to add some fresh tomato, some canned tomato, you could certainly add that. If you wanted to add a little bit of cheese, you could add, cheddar cheese if you have it.
That's looking pretty good, isn't it?
That is.
And you could use, I assume, like kielbasa instead, or
You can
ground
use-
turkey or something if you.
Yep, and ground turkey is
See what else is in
available.
here.
They do have ground turkey available at the food pantry. There's beef as well. And the beautiful thing about this is that if you have members of your family that don't like eggs, this is enough of a meal if you wanted to serve this on a bed of rice. We eat a lot of eggs and rice in our house, like a fried egg over, it works out fine. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait till a little bit more of the sausage, gets a little bit more of that brown color.
Is that what we're looking for?
Yeah, we're
wanna get rid of
looking.
the pinkness?
Yeah, we're getting rid of the pinkness.
Okay.
There
like
is
in
a
the
little bit
chicken.
of misnomer though about pork. A lot of people feel that pork that it has to be cooked all the way through because of the fear of trichinosis. There's no trichinosis anymore. It is okay to
Really?
eat your pork a little bit
Really?
pink.
It took me to age 53 to learn that.
We're learning
I've
new
been
things here.
cooking pork
Took me to age
like
61.
like it's a hockey puck.
Like it's a hockey puck. Probably doesn't taste so good.
Oh, it's horrible.
Just like your mother used to cook it.
no. She will watch this show.
All of our mothers did, though. Everything was cooked like a hockey puck back then.
Well, the other thing too is that a lot of us grew up with canned vegetables and don't know what to do with a lot of these products.
Fresh produce, yeah.
And obviously, if you can eat it as close to the raw state is great. Steaming vegetables is a great alternative. The other thing too is that at the food bank, many of the food banks have a lot of frozen produce. That is a great alternative, especially in the winter. It is much better to buy a frozen vegetable than to buy a vegetable that's coming from halfway around the world. Those vegetables hardly taste like anything. They're much more expensive, and it actually is really not good for the environment to be bringing in produce from Latin America, from New Zealand.
And everything we're using today and preparing with is available at the food pantry.
Yes, these are all things that you could get.
Okay. Now, you said earlier that if somebody didn't like egg,
You could
give
just,
them the meal, so you would take that out before you
yeah,
serve it.
I would take out their serving.
And what
this-
is this called?
It's just a stir. I make a scrambled egg.
Okay.
It's,
Didn't they call it egg strata?
the strata would actually be, what I would do with the strata is that it would be solid. So I would be pouring, here I'm just sort of scrambling and tossing it for the egg to be cooked. In a strata, you would let it sit, very similar to a
Pack it in a
frittata.
pan.
And that's the other thing that you could do if you preferred it more like that. You could pour the eggs in and have it be more like a tort or a pie.
So 3 eggs were plenty for this.
3
size
eggs were
meal.
plenty.
How
That
many
was-
people would this serve?
This should feed a family of 4. Quite easily. I would, supplement it. You could either, mix in noodles, pasta, which you can readily get, or rice. And if you wanted to make it more of a fried rice, you could just have the white rice. You could use leftover rice. I'm always big, my husband and I both work, but we make it a point to eat dinner with our family. Even if we're eating dinner at 8 o'clock, we sit down and we have a meal together.
Wow.
So if you have something, and I'm always thinking of what can I make tonight that I can use tomorrow?
Okay.
White rice is great. Pasta is great. Couscous, which they also have.
Right.
It's all readily available.
And the kids eat couscous.
They do.
With pilaf.
Pilaf. The other thing that I do with my kids too is that my son Connor asked me a really good question a few years ago. He said to me, "Why do you get to choose what we have for dinner?" And I said, "Because I'm the one who's going to do the shopping."
As soon
But
as you make enough money, you can do the shopping. You can-
right,
Or bring
no.
them shopping.
So what I said was, okay, if we plan ahead, you can make requests. So what we did is we divided up the week and we gave everybody a choice.
Wow.
What's hard when you're trying to, get by with food, that's a little bit more difficult to do. But if you feel more comfortable with the products that you're getting, and this is the whole point of this exercise, is to give people the comfort to do different things with the food they have available, you can give your children more choice, and you can get them involved in the cooking. Because I find that my children are much more apt to eat something if they've been involved in the planning
Right,
and the
right.
cooking of it.
That's kind of cool.
Right. It's true with anybody. So
Yeah.
makes sense.
So I'm going to get some plates, and I'm going to let you try the base of our stir fry.
And is this something we could serve on Beacon Hill? Because it's got pork in it.
Oh, I thought we were trying to reduce the pork.
I know, well,
Come on, coming from the Republican
I'm staying
crowd,
away
right?
from that.
I was going to say,
This
I
is
get
a
really partisan with
nonpartisan
that.
effort.
I'm usually the one trying to get the pork
That's
stripped
right.
out.
That's right. Editors and newspaper people, please take note who made that comment.
The chef made that comment.
Oh, there
Hey, there you go. Looks good.
Smells good.
Oh, yeah.
She said that would serve a family. I was thinking you and I could split that job.
We're working on portion control,
Well,
right?
I know. You can help me. With this extra weight can go. Madame first.
Thank you.
Look at that.
Something you got to talk in French while we're here,
Bonjour.
Bonjour.
Comment allez-vous aujourd'hui? Merci.
So that was a
Very
sweet.
sweet. Yeah, very
That was a
sweet.
sweet Italian sausage, but the other place where the sweetness is coming from, the
It's from the
peppers.
cook.
Yeah,
Oh, thank you.
Wow.
Lord, he does.
it's delicious.
Merci, madame.
So this could be a breakfast or a dinner.
It
or
could be
lunch
breakfast,
even. It
lunch,
could
or
be any
dinner.
meal.
I mean, if you wanted to make sort of a rice salad with it too, you could certainly do that as well. So the other thing that I had here was the hard-boiled eggs. And so the thing about, as I said before, a hard-boiled egg, really great for an on-the-run breakfast if you have to bring lunch to work. Because that's another thing. If when you're working outside of the home, it can be really expensive to buy lunch. That's a $5 or $10 cost that can add up every day. So I also try to be mindful when I'm making meals for my family about what can I make that is lunch the next day.
That's great.
If you're making a roasted chicken, you can take a cold piece of chicken. If you're making hard-boiled eggs, you can bring an egg as part of with a salad or something like that. So the beautiful thing about the eggs, and let's see if this one's done. It may not be.
The meat that's in this, did you have to prepare that, or did you
No.
buy it that way?
Bought it. It was ground. So
Right,
you
she
could
took
do
it
that.
right out of the package.
I took it right out of the package. So you
Well, I
could.
wasn't sure whether you packaged it or not
No,
after you cooked it.
no,
Oh, no.
It was.
Broke it up
I
in
just
the
broke it
pan.
up, and
Wow.
I did not add any salt. Did you notice that I did?
This is remarkable.
I didn't add any salt
is
to that.
delicious.
There was no oil in the pan.
Because
I
the
just
sausage
because the
had no-
sausage. So what I would do is I would start with the sausage in the pan and make sure that you get your pan warm. Most cooks start saying, "Oh, the food is sticking." If the food is sticking to the bottom of the pan, it means that you don't have enough heat. So you want to make sure that you give your pan the time to heat up.
And how long does it take to prepare this meal?
I just did it right here. That was real time.
Oh, 20, 25 minutes.
So
Tops.
maybe half hour in total from cooking and
The chopping, we had chopped before we started the segment, but if you and again, the chopping doesn't need to be
The
this
fresh
fine.
vegetables make a big difference.
Yeah, no, it really does make a difference. So the one thing that I wanted to show you was, let's see, I'm going to give it a try, peeling this egg.
Peeling an egg.
I'm going to let it cool off for a little bit. I'm not sure if the egg is all the way cooked through, so we'll see. So the hard-boiled egg, what's really versatile about it is that you can use it to make egg salad, you can put it over a salad, you can use it in so many different ways. It's actually one of my favorite things. So what I did was I just, it's pretty good. Look at
Excellent.
that. And I'm going to put it right in the bowl. So there's a little bit of an air pocket on the bottom of the egg, and so that way I just sort of tapped it. Beautiful. I'm
Shows
just
that you
gonna
have a bit of experience.
been around a kitchen a few times.
I hope so.
It's actually my favorite place to be. Most people come home from work and don't want to have anything to do with it. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Look at that yellow egg.
Wow.
A little bit of salt. Would anyone like to try?
Absolutely.
This is delicious.
And what's for dessert?
Oh, there you go.
He's already thinking
Creme
ahead.
brulee.
Creme brulee.
You can use some of that bread. There's a lot of bread. If you wanted to do something sweet, you can make a little bread pudding.
Oh.
And that's really easy. You could put that milk in the eggs that you wanted, add a little bit of sugar, break up the bread, soak it almost like a French toast, put it in the oven.
I noticed
You were
it
just trying to use that.
expires tomorrow, so.
Oh, so there, we'll use that. Well, so you can put together, and that's just another example of be creative about what you have. You always can put something
I'm
together.
going to try a little egg.
The incredible edible egg.
Excellent.
Yeah, I love eggs. I love hard boiled.
All right.
It's good. Great. Thank you so
So
much.
those, a staple product in the kitchen, an egg. It goes so
Long
versatile.
way.
You can do it in so many different ways.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having
Thank
me.
you.
Thank you for doing this, and I know Erin Lynch from the Food Pantry is here with us, and I would love to have
Come
her
on
come
down.
out
Try a little
and,
something here,
Try a
Erin.
little something with us, and maybe tell us a little bit about what's going on at the Food Pantry.
Thank
Sample
you.
that. Sample it.
that. Okay. Well,
Yeah.
thank
I'll
you
get
very
you a
much
fork.
for being here. I really appreciate your leadership on this issue and bringing awareness. Food pantries really play a vital role in the overall health of the community, as you know, because we reach some of the most vulnerable populations, and we're really making great strides in trying to provide healthier options for people. We have a lot of innovative things going on at our food pantry in Franklin. We have a Healthy Future shelf at the pantry where we're actually trying to help people identify items that are lower in sugar, lower in sodium. We have some gluten-free, etc. And we're trying to get a lot more fresh produce and fresh meat and dairy into the pantry aside from just the typical canned goods. So
I think one thing that we ought to point out to folks is that that's where the money that people
Yes, sir.
donate to the
Yeah.
pantry would go to allow you to buy the fresh produce and the meats, the things that you can't accept for donations. So any folks who are at home looking for a way that you can help the food pantry, those monetary donations go into purchasing some of the goods that were used here today. So I want to say thank you, Erin, for your great work, and Trish, thank you for your great work.
My
in-
pleasure, anytime.
in, navigating us through this, and I'm just amazed at what we were able to cook in such
I
a short
know.
period of time.
It's delicious.
Thank you.
Really good.
Thank you.
Thanks, Jeff, for putting
Thank
it
you.
together, my
Bon
friend.
appetit.
thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Thanks.